No, sis, I'm over here like, look at God, because honestly, that is my heart. I host a sister circle every month, just to bring us together to have that open dialogue in a safe space so that we can get it up off of us. Like I said, my gifts are, I could just talk to people and they could just say something like you said, high level. Like the conversation, I was like, I wasn't even in the room. And what I'm hearing is certain things will happen in a room. We have to understand if we're bringing different walks of life, things are going to happen in the room that may or may not bump up against someone. And it's our ability to understand we're in a mixed space. So I'm going to temper some things back simply out of respect for you, but also out of respect for me and my identity as well, because my identity matters too. I think the push for inclusion from either side, because I understand the passion, because I'm a Black female, right? So I have experienced a desire, a need, a demand for inclusion as well. So I get, but I think that sometimes when there's a push for inclusion, it then leans into a space of exclusion. So I want you to include me so much that you must exclude yourself. But in reality, I will respect you because I have a non-binary child. So, it was like get on or get out, so I had to, and I'm an 80s baby. So I may switch in between my child's origin gender, or I may respect their present identity, and that's not a form of disrespect. That is simply, I was born in 1981, and we only had this on the spectrum, and now there's more on the spectrum, and I'm doing my best for inclusion, but you can't demand that I stop existing simply because you want to enter into the room. And that's why I said some people are going to say Jesus. I am presently, just in all transparency, I am presently reading my Bible, and I am in First Chronicles. So, I haven't met Jesus for myself. Now, I grew up in the church, and I've been told who Jesus is. As I said, I am one of those people who walked away from the church because the man of God offended me. So much so that I was like, if you say you're this person for me, and when I ask you to be that person, you do not show up for me, because I erroneously connected God with church, I walked away from the church and I walked away from God. Mm-hmm. And so God has taken me through, in summary, through the pits of hell and brought me back to God. So I don't say in Jesus' name simply because Lonnie, I don't know Jesus for myself. I know Jesus based off of what someone from a pulpit told me. I know Jesus based off of what music has told me. I know Jesus all of these topical ways. But until I get to know Jesus for myself, I rock with God, because God is real. God is everything, right? You speak me, you think me, you thirst for, I am God, right? So I just think that God should be allowed to be in the room. And just because I say the name of God does not mean, like I just now in December, I don't want to be too long-winded, but just to give my history back to divinity. December, at the end of December, the last 3 days of December, I fasted and prayed in a spiritual space. And I was like, God, use me. What will you have me do for you? And God said, I want you to go live every day on TikTok at noon and read the Bible. And I was like, me? You want me to read the Bible? The same chick who was just mocking you? You want me to read the Bible? And so I started reading the Bible, and that's how I got to know God. And so a lot of people who have a lot of hurt, it's not God that hurt them, it's the church. And if they realize that God is not the church, then, now you're opening some doors for some people. So I would love if I could just say, I am here to help you facilitate, like this, that's my bag, And I know how to walk the line between the two because I've existed in both of them. Exactly. Yeah. And what God is calling in is, however you choose to get to me, get to me. And it's just a form of separation. When you could look at me and say, I have a problem with you because you do know God, but you don't know God how I know God. So now I got a problem with you. And that is just another tool that they use to separate us so that we can't come together and truly glorify. So I like to talk about God, as you can see, but I know how to turn it off and on, right? I read the room. But I would love to come on as, and I do know when I submitted my resume, it was just like, I have no background in being a director, but somebody commented on one of my posts on Facebook and was like, you would be really good for this. And I was like, okay. So I doctored up this resume. I was like, I ain't wrote a resume in almost a decade, so let me just dress this thing up. And it was just such a weird resume. And so that's why I said, I'm not sure why I'm here, but I'm here. So I know why I'm here, but it's just like, what can I add to the conversation? And I'm an excellent facilitator. This is my passion in my heart. I am here to help heal. I am here to help us realize that what we have accepted for truth and reality as a humanity, especially within our culture, has all been a lie. It's all been a lie. And if we could just start accepting a piece of the truth, we could start waking ourselves up. So we are in the best space in the world as far as everybody's opening up and ready to heal. So the timing of all of this, to both of the pastors, I thank you for your initiative. I thank you for creating a space, because this deeply aligns with what I do with Lonnie Lifestyle. And I would love to run my mouth on your behalf.